Welcome to the Root of It All podcast with Tree, your human behavior expert. Did you ever wonder why you have the behaviors that you have or how to change them? Did you ever wonder about different people in different industries and what made them good at what they do? Well, this is the podcast for you. You're learning all about human behavior from the experts. So cozy up, go for a walk, or go for that drive that you've always wanted to, and get ready to learn. Learn about you, learn about others, because us as humans, we are the funniest creatures on this planet. So let's learn together. All right. Hey, everybody. So welcome to another episode of the Root of It All podcast with Tree. And today I have an amazing human. And of course, you guys know I only bring amazing humans onto the podcast. But this is Cindy Csordas. And she is a former video journalist, which is super cool. And we're going to hear all about that. And right now she is a video production business owner working with small to large businesses to get their video content out there. She does tons of stuff. Not only does she record it, she edits it, and she is an awesome person to work with. So welcome. Thank you so much for coming and spending the time, taking the time to show up here on a Friday.
No problem. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. It's my first podcast.
You know what? A lot of people, it's their first podcast, and I love having first timers because it's so much fun. It's exciting. And then unfortunately, you can't say that you have never been on a podcast anymore.
Yeah, I know. I've been on TV a lot, but a podcast is a little different. So, yeah.
Cool. So one of the things that I really wanted you on the podcast for is so that we can talk about how video has changed. Like, because you've been in the industry for how long?
Well, I graduated in 98. This is now aging me from Mohawk College's television broadcasting program. So, yeah, so ever since I was 21, I have been telling stories. I've been recording video. I've been editing, audio mixing, you name it, everything behind the camera, and then eventually in front of the camera as well.
So we're not going to mention how many years ago when you were 21 at all, but how has it changed? Because I remember, like, I'm older than you, but I remember like the old camcorders and like I couldn't even imagine like video or editing even back then. So how has it changed?
Yeah, so I just shared an old video or an old picture actually of myself holding a very big clunky broadcast camera. The thing weighed about as much as my children when they were toddlers. And so the shift that I saw as I, went through my journey in television broadcasting was cameras got smaller and smaller and smaller. And I did appreciate that. My back appreciated it. And then in terms of editing, I've done everything from what we call linear editing. So like you slide a tape into one machine, a tape into another. One's a player, one's a recorder. And you would have to edit in chronological order using from tape to tape.
Oh, wow.
And
Like, is it like a VHS tape or?
Well, bigger than that.
Oh, wow.
There were things called D2s and M2s, and then eventually the tapes got even smaller. And then by the end of my career in television broadcasting, we were shooting on SD cards. So the changes shifted from tape to tape editing, linear editing, and then we would eventually we would get into nonlinear editing, and which is I think mostly adopted by many television broadcasting corporations now. So you're using software on a computer, and you don't have to edit in chronological order. You put together a piece, and then the reporter, for example, will be like, "Oh, but I really want this clip inserted in between these two people." A simple insertion using the software. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. That's my go-to, but there's like Final Cut. There is Avid. There's a million CapCut.
The platforms nowadays, like, my goodness. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
My son is almost a better editor than I am sometimes because he uses CapCut, which does these little Godzilla animations, and he'll show me the editing, and I'll be like, dude, how did you do all those effects and everything? And and I think even Instagram has its own tools now on its platform where you can put in a bunch of images and it'll edit something for you. AI is a big thing right now as well. Admittedly, I am a little bit slow to adopt AI, and the reason being is I am all about focusing on real people expressing themselves on camera and being authentic and I feel like the emotion is conveyed much better.
Yeah.
The passion behind the messaging that people are trying to have in their videos is much better delivered by a real human being.
I agree. I agree. Like even my husband's self-employed too, and we've had conversations that people will go online and look up something.
Mhm.
Like he builds and restores race car engines, so they'll go on AI and say, "Oh, well, what part do I need for blah blah blah?"
Mhm.
And they'll come in, and my husband's like, nope. Like that's so it we got to be really careful, I think, with AI. Even I did it like a rebranding and just got like pictures done. And I have this one gal that I use, and I still prefer to actually like get pictures actually done, as
Yeah.
opposed to a lot of people are like, just use AI for your LinkedIn picture or whatever. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't really know if I want to do that.
Mhm.
So there's lots of value in what you do right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
So what would you suggest for somebody, say, um, if they were wanting to do, say, a video for their business? What is it that what you would suggest for them to showcase?
So I think one of the most important things about storytelling
Mm-hmm.
is that you try to convey your messages in a way that can really engage people as they're watching by showing your emotion and your passion for something,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you have like an animated video or an AI video that's, generating images for you or false people, like fake people,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't seem as authentic, or it doesn't come through as something that will resonate with your clientele or people that are watching your video. But if you're speaking from the heart, and what I try to tap into, so obviously I use interviewing style, just like we're doing right
Yep.
now. Many times when I work with clients, they're not exactly sure how they want the video to look. They
Mm-hmm.
just know that they have key messages they want to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a lot of work for municipalities. So, like City of Hamilton, I've done work for Brantford, Milton, Cambridge, Port Colborne.
Nice.
Um, they have something that they want to get out there to educate the tax-paying public
Mm-hmm.
or inform them of. There's some changes maybe happening. And what I always suggest is, why don't I do a Q&A style with you, like where I'm recording you answering some key questions
Mm-hmm.
that will generate those messages that you want to get out,
Mm-hmm.
and let me put it together and piece it together to tell a
Mm-hmm.
story.
And it
And
would be more natural too, I would think,
yes,
right? Like
and
if someone's just asking you a questions, like when it comes to human behavior, that's our natural
yeah.
way. Like if we're being asked a question,
Mhm.
it comes out way more natural. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and there's, some people will say, "Oh, I'm very nervous in front of the camera and I'm gonna screw up." And, some of those people who actually say that to me, though, are one of the best interviews on camera.
Mm,
Because before you know it, they adopt the style of, we're just having a conversation and you're gonna give me the best that you can give me. And not all of it makes it into the video. It's those
mhm,
key pieces that you've delivered yourself in the most efficient manner, and trying to engage your audience by bringing your personality into it.
mhm.
There are times when people they really want to stick to a script. And so I do have a teleprompter that I will affix to the camera, and then they can read it. But you can tell,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can tell
I
they're
agree.
reading. I mean, for some corporate style videos, it sometimes it keeps things a little bit more concise
Mm,
and to the point, because
yeah.
people can elaborate too much, and then you want them to kind of condense what they're trying to say.
Yeah, and they can go
Yeah.
rogue and stuff. I
Yeah.
find too that a lot of people when they're recording now versus before, like before,
Mhm.
like we watch television and if you missed this show on this specific time,
Mhm.
you can go back and watch it,
Mhm.
right? We
Mhm.
could eventually record things on VHS or VCR or whatever.
Yeah.
But now I find people in their nervous systems, it's like people can stop videos, go back, zoom in,
Yeah.
right? And so it's almost like when people are talking or they're getting recorded on camera, there's this second track in their mind thinking about like, oh, how am I going to be judged about this? How am I
Mhm.
going to be judged about that? And so
Yeah.
it's great that you get people nice and relaxed and you're just asking questions. They probably could even forget that they're on camera in the first place,
Mhm.
right? Because you're
Mhm.
just getting them in the mood in terms of like your demeanor is very calm and chill, right? So yeah, like it's I think that's such a good fit and is important when you are recording people. So okay, funny question.
Okay.
What is the funniest thing that has ever happened behind the scenes that like wasn't like, and you don't have to give names or anything, but like I'm
Yeah.
always curious about like when I'm watching something,
Oh yeah.
it's like, oh, how did they get that shot? Or like, I wonder if that was a blooper that wasn't, and then it got kept in because it was so good. Like,
Yeah.
like so tell us like
I
a
have two stories to share
perfect.
with you.
Love
Okay.
it, love it.
So the one time I was doing, I think it was like art crawl or something on James Street. They have it regularly in the spring and summer months, and I'm like reporting in front of the camera, going live, right?
Yeah.
Talking,
Live reporting,
yeah,
Cindy
yeah,
in
it's in
Hamilton.
Csordas in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And I can see my camera because when I'm live, I have to have a cameraman. I can't shoot myself live, but you know, when I'm out in the field and
Yeah.
I'm collecting and when I was gathering news, I would basically record myself by setting up my camera and then putting something where I'm going to stand so I can focus on it. And then
Yeah.
I move the light stand out of the way and then I would record myself. But when I'm going live, when I was going live, I'd have to have a cameraman. So I'm reporting about this art crawl. There's a ton of people behind me. Everybody's having a good time and talking about it. And my cameraman, I'm looking at the camera and he's starting to laugh. Like I can see him laughing behind the lens. Like he's trying to control himself.
Yeah.
Like, what is he laughing?
Yeah,
Like,
but the show must go on. You
I'm
can't.
like, I'm not, I don't know what's so funny. And so after we're off the air, I said to Andrew, like, what are you laughing at? And he goes, oh my gosh, this guy behind you just totally did a face plant. So I guess while I'm going live, this gentleman came up behind me, stumbled, and fell on his face. I think he may have had a little bit too much to drink. So that was pretty funny. And it was, I think it made it into some kind of blooper reel on YouTube,
right
like
on.
immediately.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find it actually, and I can't find it anywhere because I don't remember. It was so many years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was one funny thing. Then there was this other time. This is kind of related to your question, but so I was sent to the Brantford Airport to cover a United Way event. So they were launching some campaign, and part of it was the Skyhawks were there.
Oh,
so like,
that's the airplanes, like
they do jumps and stuff like that. They're like a military.
They jump out of planes.
They jump out of planes.
Oh, okay.
And they're part of the military and stuff like that. And like funny enough, when I was going there, I knew my friend James, who worked for the Skyhawks, was going to be there as well. He's since passed. So rest in peace, James. But when I arrived, James came up to me and said, "We've had somebody cancel a tandem jump. Would you like to jump out of a plane?" And at the time, I was very new to reporting. Had done a lot of shooting, but I was like, "Yeah, well, that would make my report a lot more interesting," because they had a GoPro like on another gentleman who jumped at the same time. So we're like literally flying in the air with like he's recording me from across.
That was so cool.
You feel like you're floating. So, but before I did that, I didn't call the station and tell them I was going to do it. I called my mom and left a voicemail because she didn't answer, and I just said, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna jump out of a plane. So if I don't make it, I love you," and hung up.
Oh gosh,
I got
to
that.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I don't want to swear. Yes. And both from my mother and from CHCH, because they're like, "That's a liability. Like you should have checked in with us and everything." I'm like, "But the report's going to be really good because now."
Yeah. Sometimes it's like do it and ask for a grace
Right?
afterwards.
It's on my YouTube channel, so if you ever want to check it out,
awesome.
There's
and we'll have all of her links in the show notes, as you guys know. So yeah, keep going. So you jumped out of a perfectly good airplane.
Perfectly good airplane. I would never do that again. It was fun at the time, but I didn't have children or anything. Now I have 3 kids. I got people to live for. So, you know, I'm not just gonna jump out of a plane anymore. Fear factor a little higher now. But yeah, so that was kind of funny. There were like multiple times when I was on air in the mall, for example, and kids would jump into the shot.
Yeah. That's always the thing. Like even I watch a lot of sports like with my husband, and always like the reporters, if they're like at the entryway or whatever, people walking in, they're like waving like in between.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I was gonna ask you one thing. What would be like, oh, the question just left me. Oh, anyways, but let's what would be something that you would tell other people wanting, like the younger generation wanting
Mhm.
to get into the industry that you're in right now?
Well, don't get into TV broadcasting or radio. It's a dying industry.
Is it?
My husband works still in television broadcasting, and luckily he works for CBC. So
Mhm.
it's a pretty, secure job. But
Yeah.
I mean, even myself, in 2015, 120 people were let go at CHCH. So that was a huge cut to local television.
Yeah.
And then you can just see it like, and I think like even like in Toronto, my husband was just telling me this actually that, there are some networks that only have like maybe 5 or 10 cameramen that are out there gathering news,
Mm.
where, some used to have 30, 40 cameramen that are out there gathering the news, right? And they've
Mhm.
really condensed it to a minimal amount of staff.
Which
Um,
which is like, and I'm gonna, which is unfortunate one for
mhm,
like people in jobs. Two,
mhm,
I know my dad has no cell phone and he refuses to believe that technology exists.
mhm,
Even I took him for cataract surgery yesterday, and
mhm.
I'm at his house working, and he does not believe that he has internet, but I was using his Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but he like watches CHCH like all the time. So I
Mhm.
think, but again, like you said, like the generation is gonna
Yeah,
evolve
like
and learn.
anybody, I'd say 40 and older probably still
Mm.
likely tune into the news.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean,
Not, I'd say 55 or
yeah,
even 16 older, because
yeah.
like I just turned 51,
Mhm.
and like I stream everything. We haven't had cable in our house for a long time. So
Yeah, like I watch CH regularly, even though, a little upset that I lost my job there, but I like to know what's going on in my community.
yep,
So I like to get my daily dose of news, and like I still have a lot of friends there and stuff. So I do like to support our local station, but
yeah,
I watch it on YouTube.
yep,
And you can rewind it
yeah,
or watch it whenever you feel like it. You can,
yeah.
recap a story that maybe you wanted to pay a little bit more attention
Hmm.
to. Yeah, and YouTube is free, right? So, but yeah, I guess my advice would be just to make sure that if you're going into broadcasting or in TV production, like video
Hmm.
production, to be um welcoming like new skills and also like be super versatile.
Mm.
Like for example, when I started in TV broadcasting, I was a shooter editor. And then when I worked at that was at CTV in Kitchener. Then when I got the job at CHCH, I asked my manager if there would be an opportunity for me to get in front of the camera and be a journalist as well.
Hmm.
Uh, Admittedly, didn't have like a formal education in journalism, but through osmosis and editing, I don't know how many videos with other journalists because I'd
Hmm.
be out with them. I learned the trade of telling a story.
Great.
And they did. They gave me an opportunity to become a video journalist, which was somewhat a first of its kind for someone to go from being a technical operator
Hmm.
to a journalist. Because typically, what you used to see on city TV, for example, was a VJ was usually somebody who was a journalist, and they said you need to learn how to operate a camera,
Oh, okay.
and then you would learn the technical aspect. So I did it in reverse.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
and quick question about that. How many male versus female were journalists at that time when
yeah.
you did
Like,
it?
well, when I first entered the technical side of TV as an editor and a video journalist, um, or sort of a camera operator, oh, like there were probably like two women and then the rest were men.
Hmm.
I remember too, quick little story. So probably many of you remember Connie Smith. Hi, Connie, if you're watching.
Hmm.
Um, so at the time, Connie was going to be doing a story on mammograms, like to educate, women about when you're supposed to go for a mammogram and all
Hmm.
like what's involved and what to expect. and I was like the only female videographer at the time.
Mhm.
So she requested through our manager,
Which makes sense if that,
can
yeah,
Cindy be the one to come with me to go and shoot this story? Because she was going to be doing a mammogram, like there
Yeah.
was going to be breasts
yeah,
out and whatnot.
boobs hanging out.
I mean, and we had to shoot it in a way that was obviously careful, not to show everything, but to get the point across. And so, yeah, I was the only female photographer at the time. So I was selected to go and shoot with Connie on about a mammogram.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's very important that even we recognize how much we have evolved for women.
Mm-hmm.
Like even I look at networking events that before it was more male dominant, now it's very much equal,
Yeah.
which is nice.
There-
Just nice to see female business owners.
Oh yeah, there are
thriving.
a ton of video production companies that are led
Mhm.
by women now. Like I've met a lot of them
Mhm.
through networking as well, and always kind of like high five, yay, let's represent, you know? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not to turn it to that. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm getting all tucked in with my legs up on these chairs are awesome, I gotta
They're
say.
very comfy and
Yes.
soft.
Yes.
I'm gonna tuck my legs in too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so where do you see kind of technology going, or where do you see like videos going compared to like, I know there's a lot of people that talk about like, oh my gosh, AI. And I remember the video that came out that was showing like a journalist and then something traumatic happening behind.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden the journalist says like, no, grandma, this is not real. Right?
Yeah.
Because AI was generating like all of this fake news and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So are you in fear of it? Do you see like are you an advocate for be like, hey, let's keep things real, people? Like
Mhm.
what are your thoughts on that?
I would say I'm an advocate of let's keep things real.
Yeah.
Can AI help? Okay, for example, something I do use in terms of artificial intelligence in Adobe Premiere Pro, I used to have to type out the script or what people were saying to be
I
able
remember you
to,
telling me this. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And now it's a click of a button. So I just pull up the clip, like the file that has the interview, and I just say transcribe, and it spits out a file for me with everything that the person said.
Mhm.
I don't have to type, which used to take me a long time. I mean, I'm a fast typer, but it could take me 30 minutes to an hour just to transcribe
Yeah.
everyone's
Make
content,
you a fast typer, but
right?
like
Yeah. And now it's a click of a button. I can have 5 interviews transcribed in 5 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
So that is something,
Mhm.
yes, I totally adopt that. But in terms of like going out and recording people on camera and getting the real human
Yeah.
to convey their passion and their messaging about their business or why people should work with them or what product they're selling, what
Mhm.
educational piece they want to get out there, even for training,
Mm.
like
Yeah.
I'm doing a video right now for HSR for Hamilton. They have a brand new huge facility at Hilliard Street in the industrial part of Hamilton.
Okay.
But it's such a big facility that for new bus operators, like when they come in, it's daunting. Where do I go? How do I
Yeah.
get through? And it takes them like, I don't know, 10 minutes to get to their bus by the
Wow.
time they go through it. So we did a
Mhm.
walkthrough, just kind of walk through and show people going through. So,
And what I want to just interject if I can,
Mhm.
that like I find from like a human behavior perspective that
Mhm.
over COVID, we were all subjected to stay in our houses, to be
Yeah.
segregated and away from people.
Yeah.
And even though like it's like in my mind, it's so far behind us,
Yeah.
but because so many of this younger generation is online, like even I was at a networking event this morning,
Mhm.
and even though they were presenting like great information about like how to upgrade your LinkedIn profile and all that stuff,
Mhm.
50% of the people were constantly on their phone.
Mhm.
Like even though they were either looking, they were still there, maybe they were typing on their phone about it, but like really being in the room,
Mhm.
there I feel like people are less. So when it comes to AI, it's giving people even more of a way in which that they can kind of hide out,
Yeah.
which I think is unfortunate. Like my mission, like we're recording this here at the training center,
Mhm.
and this is like I want people here in person.
Mhm.
We do offer hybrid, so if like we have lots of people wanting to do the training that is out of province and can't afford to fly here,
Yeah.
great. But if you're close, I encourage people to like come in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Specifically, if people are learning this trade, then I mean, I'm a huge supporter of human behavior, human interaction.
Mhm.
So I think even with networking, people prefer to do it in person.
Mhm.
So I really want to be on this mission to encourage people to do more of what
Yeah.
you're doing, get the story, get the real
Yeah.
human being, and because that's how we are as humans. We're not meant to be on devices, and there's so many, even dare I say, I'm no doctor, but diseases or
Yeah.
discomfort, stuff happening
Neck
in
problems,
neck problems,
shoulder
back
problems, back
yeah,
problems.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I really want to see your business thrive so that you can get the people like getting their real stories
Yeah.
um to other people.
Mhm.
Um yeah. So do you have anything else that you want to share with people about the industry, about you, about how they can, well, you will have all of your contact information, so you don't have
Yeah.
to share where to reach you because we will have that for everybody
Yeah.
to get in contact with you. But is there anything that you kind of want to say?
I guess one of the things I'll touch upon too is like everybody's a videographer now. We all
Mm.
have a phone that can shoot in 4K, right? Really high
Mhm.
quality. Um, Most people are starting to adopt that, you should put a microphone on that
Mm.
is connected by Bluetooth to your phone so that you have clear, concise audio.
Make sure you take it off if you go to the bathroom because sometimes we've had people mic'd up here and all of a sudden through
You
the
can hear them
speakers.
peeing.
Yeah. Or
I've
one
heard
time,
that too.
yeah, I was co-teaching and the one girl that, or actually the guy I was co-teaching with, he's like, oh, I'll be right back. And then on the speakers, you can hear it's like, is he peeing? No,
Yeah.
he made himself a coffee. He was pouring coffee for himself. You can hear him like pouring the milk or anything.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, go on. So yeah,
Yeah.
wear a mic.
So I mean, this is the thing. Video production is expensive. You pay someone because of their skill level in telling a story, and their
Mhm.
skill level in handling a camera, lighting properly,
Mm.
microphones,
Yeah.
all of the technical things that when you have a fully produced professional video, it looks professional, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even framing. Like I often see a lot of politicians, for example, that will shoot themselves with their device, or they have like somebody in their office. Can you just record me do this?
Mm.
And then whoops, sorry. And then the headroom that they have above them, like if I were to be like this, there's no
Yeah.
need for that much headroom, right?
Yeah.
It should be framed in a way that
Mhm.
is professional.
And so people that if you're just listening to this,
Mhm.
Cindy kind of crouched down and she had like 3 feet of headroom above her, which
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is wasted space for the
Yeah,
frame, basically what you're
exactly.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a way to properly frame, properly light, properly mic. And, if you're looking to save money, I get it. Like, budgets are tight. You can always do that with your phone as long as you have, those other things to help support looking more professional.
Mhm.
Um, but if you're very in tune with your branding,
Mhm.
and how you want to present yourself, whether you're a politician, whether you're a business, whether you're anybody of like uh
Celebrity status.
yeah, or anything
Yep.
like that, like, spend the money. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna get what you paid for.
Yep.
And then it really does fluctuate. I mean, you can spend for a 2-minute video can be anywhere from like $2,000 to $25,000,
Mhm.
even more maybe.
Well,
Right.
and I
So
think I mean what I've reached out to you for and what you're still going to be doing for me is
mhm,
doing online training videos.
mhm,
So I think it's very important, like if somebody out there, if you are wanting to what we call do like stacked videos
mhm.
and to sell your training online, I think
Mhm.
it's very important that you're upping your game to get it professionally done.
Yeah.
Because if you're wanting to sell it and you're wanting people to pay for your material online, you want it professionally done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mhm.
Awesome. So, any last words that you want to say to the people?
Oh, I don't know. I just thank you, Tree, for
Yeah,
having me
thank you.
here. I My first podcast was a very good experience. I very much enjoyed it. Obviously,
Mhm.
this is something I'm not, you know, unfamiliar with it. It feels a lot like being on TV, right? Like if
Yep.
you're on the morning show, for example, and you've seen people being interviewed,
Yeah.
it's similar to that. So this has been good, and
Yeah. Well, it's very easy to talk to you. So also, do you know Sunny Jajesko?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So she's been on here like 3-4 times.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's nice to talk to somebody that like knows the
Yeah.
back and forth, understands like the playfulness of back and forth.
Well,
So yeah.
I used to sit right behind Matt Hayes, who's
Yep,
Sunny's
Sunny's- yep.
partner on,
Yep.
K-Light.
Yeah.
So that's how I actually met Sunny, is through Matt Hayes, because I think they were doing something at Lime Ridge and he introduced me to her, and then
Yeah.
we became a little
No longer bounce, right? And now it's because now it is I think it's like, I'm not even gonna say, I was gonna say White Eagle, but it's White Oaks, maybe something
Mhm.
like something like that.
the
Yeah.
name of the radio station?
Yeah,
Or
it's something. Yeah, it's changed
It's
hands.
not
So
K-Light anymore?
no, K-Light is was actually John and Lisa in the morning
Oh,
in Brantford. So I used to go up
I
to,
thought it was
to Brant-
K-Light 102.9. But anyway,
It
it's
could, you know what? It could have been.
Yeah.
You probably know better than me. So
the broadcast
I'm not even gonna
industry
pretend.
is very small. Like you always
Yeah.
run into people.
It could
all
have.
the time.
It was probably K-Light before it went to Bounce.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So I know. So,
Yeah.
but things change so quickly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but thank you so much, and I encourage you all, like if you want like a professional video done or anything, holler.
Self-titled Cindy Csordas video production.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll have all of her links. So absolutely, even just to have a coffee with her, it's awesome.
I
to,
love
like,
coffee. I love coffee dates. I love
How do you take your
networking.
coffee? What's your fave?
Double. I like it sweet.
Is it, are you Starbucks or Tim Hortons or
Hortons.
Tim Hortons? Okay. All
Mhm.
right. So if you want to
Yeah.
have a coffee with her, Tim Hortons,
Yeah.
double you said?
Yeah.
All right.
And thanks for listening to another great episode of the Root of It All podcast with Tree. So if you want to check us out on Instagram or Facebook, you can go to Business Growth Results on either of those platforms, or you can even go to businessgrowthresults.com if you have a suggested topic or theme, or you want to get a free hypnosis download. So we'll talk to you soon. Till next time, see you later.